Meet Venus Wong, acclaimed actress, rising singer, and one of Hong Kong's most captivating talents. As an actress, she's played everything from bright, joyful leads to heartbreaking, complex women, always bringing a raw authenticity that resonates with audiences. But there's more to Venus than what you see on screen. Off camera, she's thoughtful, grounded, and quietly hilarious.
I actually have a good sense of humor.
Yes, you do.
I don't think I ever played any character that is like more humorous or funny. You make people laugh by you being stupid. I love making people I cared for laugh. Nothing brings me more joy than that. I'm not used to expressing myself in a more open way. I think when I sing, I try to do things, but in my mind I'm doing it, but my muscle is not letting me do it. That's why it's so vulnerable, because when I act, I don't need to put myself out. It's always the character, it's blame the character. But when I sing, anything goes wrong with me. She sucks. You know? You let it go, let it all out. And when you hear the cut, you need to also slowly take it back and walk out.
Welcome to the Resonate podcast show. I'm very excited about my guest today. We have the very talented Venus Wong. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So Venus, your latest film, Reborn, Hong Sam-yeon, tells the story of a mother devastated by the loss of her only son. And in her grief, she turns to a mysterious sorceress who she finds online, who gives her a possessed doll so that she can reconnect with the spirit of her son. So firstly, congratulations on such a great movie. I really loved watching you in this performance. And I remember that in one of our conversations, you told me that this was one of the most intense roles you've ever taken on. What was it about this role that really pushed you?
First of all, it's, I believe as a woman, having a child suffer, it's hard enough, let alone he's dead. So it's a really emotionally challenging story and character for me. Especially this story is quite tragic because this role I play, Cheng, she's ignorant, and it's because of her ignorance, she killed her son, basically. And she suffered from it, and then the way she cannot recover and how little support she get from the husband, it makes her very, very lonely. So it's a very challenging role for, I'm sure any woman would find it challenging because it's a very tragic for anyone. Yeah.
Is this the first time that you played the role of a mother?
It's actually not. I'm actually quite surprised that everyone would ask me that, because a lot of actress, maybe it's like a certain how to say, 关好, like a stage because of age.
Right.
But funny thing is, for me, in my very early acting year, when I was 16, I think, one of my earliest project was being how to say,
Teen mother?
teen mother. Yes, teen mother.
Really?
Yeah. So I think I never have that 关好, that stage.
That stage.
I need to overcome. Oh, I'm gonna play mother now. I'm gonna play grandmother now. You know, those kind of struggle. I never had that. So it's very interesting. I never have that struggle. So for me, it's more about how do I see this person, because this is a story for very ordinary people. Some people you walk by, you won't even notice them. This is a story about these 小人物, small character.
Almost these untold stories.
Yeah, untold story. Like you cannot imagine what's going on. They look a little sad, but you don't know what's going on. So I really like this kind of stories It's very real, authentic. And it could be very real too. It's actually a lot of real story about how family cannot get over the loss of a child. They use a doll to put their emotion on the doll. It happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a very relatable story, even
Yeah.
though it's something that there's online sorcery and then it's a possession of a doll. But
Yeah.
the themes that it's telling, the stories is very relatable to everyday people. People can relate to it.
Yeah, it's all about love. It's if you think this mother is, oh, she's too crazy. She's doing absolute nuts things. But if you can see her as a very sad, tragic, loving mother, then you wouldn't think she's crazy.
You feel for her.
You would feel for her.
But
You would try to understand.
And I think that's a testament to how you delivered it. You really do, as an audience member, as I was watching it, you really do feel her sadness. And I remember you mentioning that, because we were having vocal lessons during these times as well. You would tell me about it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you cried a lot in this movie. You were constantly, and I could see it on stage as well.
Yeah, I was.
Have you always found it easy to access those kinds of intense emotions for a role? Or is this something you had to learn?
It gets more and more comfortable over time, of course, because being in any kind of like singing or acting, it's a very expressive performing art. And you need to let yourself go in order to really perform, to let all the emotion out. So for acting, especially for me, because I've started very young, it's still, I wouldn't say it's like this easy.
So I say
Not even
cry
now.
right now.
No, I cannot. Maybe I can. I don't know. But it's more like how easy you can just dive in and let yourself go. It gets easier and easier.
The first time you had to cry on cue, was that a challenge for you
Yes.
in your career? What was the process? How did you learn how to do that? What did you have to do to access it?
I thank my mom for giving me a very sentimental brain.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually very easy to cry. So whenever I see something very sad, very touching, I'm very easily touched. Very happy even, I would cry. Crying is like one of my most oftenly used expression. So I try to not cry as much.
Okay, actually, it's harder to not cry.
Yeah, it's actually harder to not cry.
So when you're finishing when you finish an emotionally intense scene, is it easy for you to switch that off? So when the director says cut, are you able to just pop out and just be as normal, or does it take time for you to settle back?
If it's a really, really emotional one, I'd say it takes a little time. For the amount you let yourself go and dive in that situation, I don't think it's that easy to just walk away from that. It's just like how you can control your emotion. You know this is happening, this is very sad, you let it go, let it all out, and when you hear the cut, you know it's done. You know you don't need to be there anymore, but you need to also slowly take it back and walk out. That's how the process is, but sometimes it takes longer. But most of the time, you cannot use too long because you need to do another scene. You need to move
There's
on.
practical concerns.
You need to, in the Reborn movie, I remember because I cried so hard, my eyes were swollen. They need to give me ice to just to make it less puffy, so I can be ready for the next scene.
Oh.
So I guess over time I realized it's just acting. Just don't dive, don't dig too deep into it. It also teach me about life too. In real life, I think there are a lot of times and moments we feel like we need to be this emotional and go all like let it all out, go crazy, yell or whatever, cry. But at the same time, you remind yourself in maybe 10, 20 minutes, if you let your emotion, if you suck it up, maybe it will pass. So it's also, it works too for in reality.
Yeah. I was thinking about that as you were describing that as well, how that's actually a principle we can apply to everyday lives, our everyday lives in terms of emotions come up and we almost have to let it run its course.
Yes.
Right. The emotions have to come up and then we release them. And then in our minds, maybe we need a director that says cut.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. If there's a director say cut, maybe you'll be like, yeah, let's stop this drama.
Exactly, right? That's actually so true.
But we all need some little drama here and there, right? To release the emotion. Yeah, we need that. Yes.
I'm curious, do you feel like every role you take on inevitably changes you somehow? Do you feel like this role that you've taken on maybe taught you something new?
I believe so, but I don't know how. Thinking backward, I would say during a character I play, I realized I let the character affect me a lot. For example, if I play a very positive, bright character, during those days I would be very positive, very bright, very happy.
You mean at home?
At home, daily life, those period of me playing that role, I would be very positive and happy. And I like to do that because it's easy for me to just stay in that character a little bit. And then when I play the role, it's easier. And for some emotional character, I do think that I get more emotional. Sorry to say that.
I was going to say, what was home life during that time?
I do get that. So it's important for people around me to understand that sometimes. Yeah, maybe I get very quiet. I remember the funny thing is I have a best friend. She's an actress too. So we were shooting in Malaysia. There were one scene where, because my character is kind of stupid with her romantic mind. So this scene, I need to walk into a scene where confront the whole family. It's a sad scene where I have to burst into tears. So before I walk in the scene, before everyone start working, my friend Jeannie were there too at the same project. She talked to me like the usual self, and then I was just giving her like this maybe not so happy face. And then did I do something wrong? She was worried. And then I said, no, it's fine. And I just did not explain too much. Yeah. And I realized I was diving into too deeply. And then she was worried for, what's wrong? Did I do something wrong? And then after the scene, after everything is done, I just became myself again. And I explained to her, I'm so sorry because I didn't have time to inform you. This is how I prepare my scene. And then she was kind of a little worried. So now she knows because she never really worked with me in like this.
So in some ways, you almost have to prepare yourself outside of just being on set. You almost have to, I would imagine, that when you're taking on a role, are you thinking about your circumstances at home and how to prepare your off stage or offset time? Do you prepare in that way? Or because if you know that you're taking the character home with you sometimes, then do you think of that in advance, or no, you just let everybody just figure it out?
No. I try not to do that, but I don't take my character home, but I do bring some kind of characters with me. For example, that little traits of the character, not the whole character, because I don't think I'm that artistic I can really.
It's almost like, if I'm hearing it correctly, it's almost like you're still maintaining connection.
Yes.
It's like when you're offset, you're not bringing that character home, but you're maintaining some kind of energetic connection,
Yeah.
perhaps, or some kind of emotional connection to this character.
Yes, I do enjoy that. I think it's very nice. It's a nice feeling for me.
Well, I'm curious then if when you're playing a character, you know, sometimes we talk about self-talk, so the thoughts that we have in our own heads and how we think and how we feel. When, as an actress, when you're playing a character, do you think as Venus or do you think as that character? Or are you thinking the thoughts of the character?
During the process of building the character, I would try to think in the character. At the same time, I need to think as Venus as well to make some decision, like how to play it well or how I see the whole project as a whole, not just my own character, not being so, be more subjective about the whole thing. So
there's still a little bit of distance.
yeah, you need some distance, but at the same time, you know when to really dive in. That's my process.
That's a skill behind that, right? I want to go back a little bit to when you first started in this industry. Was acting something you always knew deep down that you wanted to pursue?
Not really.
Not
Not
How did
really.
that come about?
I would say it's a destiny. I always feel like this industry is not something that you can force. Some kind of you can enjoy it as much as possible, but for the path, you cannot carve.
You cannot carve the path.
You cannot carve the path the way you want it. You can only enjoy it as much as possible. And the more you enjoy it, you find the path easier. That's how I see it. And in the very, very beginning, I would say it's a destiny for me to be casted in film. It was my very first film called High Noon. They use all new newbies, new actors. And
But how did you find? Did you
just
were you offered the role by chance?
It was a casting offered by one of those casting agency. I remember I still have my tooth brace at that time.
braces.
My braces. I was tan. My skin was very tan. I wasn't the typical pretty. So I didn't think about anything. I remember going there with my after school in my uniform.
And you wanted to go, or did somebody bring you?
It's just one of the job opportunity because I had those kind of casting for commercials, like very casual commercials.
Because you were going to school at the time.
I was going to school, so it was my part-time job.
I see.
Yeah, it's a part-time job. I just, again, got this casting opportunity. I just go. I didn't realize it was it's a what kind of thing. So it was a pretty new experience for me too. I didn't know what to expect. And director, very lucky, the director was there. She guided me as best she could, and I did something she find very magical at the spot, and then she just say, "Oh wow, it's you," and then I just got it.
So that was your first movie, or was it a TV
First
series?
movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so, how old were you at the time?
almost 16.
Okay, so no ambition to act. Never thought. No. Weren't when you were younger.
And I wasn't even. I was never a very outgoing person that I like to express myself with strangers or anything. So I wasn't even in drama club. So it's quite interesting for me. Thinking back, I don't remember what was the drive to push me there.
Okay.
So I would say it's destined to.
So as you were doing that, so then after that first movie, is it then another movie came in, another movie? Is that how this path was carved for you? In a way?
Actually, no, because I was still in school, so I wouldn't say I was very occupied with filming, not like Natalie Portman, you know, she got her, she was 11 and then just keep going.
Right.
It wasn't like that, but here and there I do have different experience in actings, and some projects are more interesting for me than the others. And actually there were one project that really inspired me to be an actor, to pursue this career, was called Camera, which was never released. I think it was kind of like an independent film, but the director spent a lot of time to do rehearsals, to really, you need to dive in, you need to do this and you need to do that, and then tell me, oh, actually, how a director or how an actor should be professionally. And that gives me a very different feeling, because for me, I like technical stuff.
Okay.
I don't know, because maybe because I was cast in a movie, I get some acting opportunities without being skillful, trained,
Right.
professional.
Right.
I didn't even know what I was doing. I just go there. I did what they say it's good. I think it's good enough. But for me, it's still kind of very unstable. I was scared to pursue acting because I don't know what it was until this camera project, and we spent a lot of time in rehearsing, script reading, studying the script, going over to the scene, blocking, walking. A lot of these kind of skilled technical training before the prepping for the movie makes me realize, oh, I do enjoy this whole process of creating this world.
And so then was the feeling like something clicked for you? What was
Yeah.
it feeling like in terms of, was it all of a sudden you realized you're really into
But
it?
actually, I do enjoy acting, regardless if I want to pursue this as my career or not. I have always find acting very, very enjoyable for
Why?
me.
What is it that draws you to acting?
I'm not someone who like to express myself too much, and I'm always very safe. But in acting, you will encounter all sort of crazy scenarios, right? That you won't let yourself in real life. I won't be a teen mother. I wouldn't want to be.
Right.
But in that scenario, you get to be a teen mother. You get to feel how a teen mother feel, and then you get to understand or step into other people's shoes, and that's really I wouldn't say excites me, but I enjoy it. I enjoy understanding human and enjoy understanding scenarios like this. What choices other people would make, because I might not make the same choice as myself. So I like to be someone else, live in another shell. It's actually very nice.
That makes sense. It's like you get to explore different parts of yourself, different potential versions of yourself, right? Explore different hidden parts of yourself that you wouldn't necessarily get to explore in our day-to-day lives. Do you feel like that actually is more vulnerable or less vulnerable? Because if you are playing a character, do you feel that you can be freer in a way?
Yeah. Because that's not me.
Have you played a character?
No matter what I do, it's not me. I didn't do it. It's the character.
You almost give yourself that permission to.
I give
try
my
different things.
permission to be wrong, to be fearless, or to go crazy. That's I think that's a very addictive feeling as a actor. I'm sure a lot of actors would agree. When you just let yourself go, let your logic go, you just dive in that scene, that character, enjoy as much. Just go through a life that is not yours.
Do you feel that? I feel like this is something that almost everybody should try.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? When I went to the acting school, some of my classmates, they are not going to be actors. They don't plan to be actors, but they really enjoy the whole process, because it's also about self-expression. How do you communicate and understand? And I wouldn't say learn how to lie, but it's everyone would enjoy acting.
Yes.
Like singing. It's also a way to express yourself in a different approach. So it's a nice feeling. Everyone should try.
I think that in some ways we are all playing a role, right, in our day-to-day lives. Right? We're playing the role of somebody at work, or playing the role depending on who we're with or what we're doing. Right? But I think the problem is that when we get very rigidly tied to these roles, that we start restricting ourselves. So something like self-expression, acting, singing, gives you that permission to explore all of these aspects of yourself. And I'm curious, because you've built a career in this, do you feel that having this opportunity to explore all these different versions of you that are not really you actually makes you feel like you know yourself even more? No. Or do you think you get confused?
Not really, because I've only came to realize what I feel like after playing so many characters and stopped for a year.
Oh, why did you stop?
Because no one find me to be money. I was just
you were having a break.
Having a break. During the break. I was having a break.
Okay.
And I was finally, I wasn't worried about not being cast in any film. My career was doing okay. I allowed myself to have a break. And during that 9 months to a year time, I spent a lot of time doing things that I like. And that's when I truly live a authentic self life. And I remember I was very happy telling my best friend, oh, I realized I'm finally being Venus myself. When I think it was last year.
Really?
Yeah. I was having my singing lessons. Yeah. I was learning tennis. I was doing a lot of things that I want to do as Venus, not as someone I think Venus should be doing. So it's very interesting. It's only when you let yourself do things that you truly want, you know who you are.
So how did you know? It sounds like, first of all, it sounds like the break was a good thing.
Great.
A very
wonderful
good thing.
break.
It was a needed aspect for you to learn something about. At one of the interviews that I did earlier this week, it was Jonathan Hui, and he was saying that it was Jonathan Wong, and he was saying it was only when he got quiet that he was able to realize that all of this busyness was stopping him from really knowing what it is that he truly wanted. And I feel like it's almost in the same way, right? It's only when you stop and then you have time to have that self-reflection where you can start to tune in to what it is that you want. And so one of the questions that a lot of people that I work with is they'll say, but I don't know what I want. So what advice would you give to somebody who says, I don't know what I like, I don't know what makes me happy, I'm so cut off from my emotions? What advice would you give them as somebody who's very in touch with your emotions?
Okay, so for me, I'd say let yourself be really occupied and busy, so busy, you will start to crave for some personal time. And then you realize, actually, there are things that I want to do besides working. Maybe that's how I got there, because before I got so busy, I was quite free, and then I was always worried about not being busy enough, my career is not doing so great or not
So
so
you mean
much.
when you were busy, you were worried about not being busy?
When I was busy, I start to have craving for things that I want to do,
Right.
but I don't have the time.
Right. And then you suddenly have the time.
Then I do it.
Then you do it. Okay. But
Yeah.
then were you also worried that what if
Just stop worrying about.
just stop worrying?
Yeah,
Okay.
about those things. Just let yourself do the things that you really want to do instead of it's fine to not want to do anything too. There must be something that you want to do when you are so busy with doing nothing. And then it will come out. No need to stress about these things. Just maybe what you want to do is just being free, empty, just chill, do nothing. It's also a thing that you might need to do too.
One of the things that comes to mind is this idea of creating the conditions. Just something that I feel like comes up a lot in the conversations that I have with people is that we just create the conditions for the awareness and the insights and our intuition to almost guide us in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering that period of time where things were quiet for you and it was almost this gift in a way where you could be present. What did you learn? What were some of the biggest things that you learned about Venus, the authentic Venus?
I realized she's happier than I thought.
Oh,
Yeah. I realized more confident, happier
compared to what?
compared to the Venus that I thought I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so interesting.
Yeah, because it's interesting that if I was on a break before, I would be so insecure. I don't want to stop. I don't want a break. I don't need a break.
Why? What was it going on in your mind when you feel like there's a break?
I think it's expectation. It's more about living a life that maybe focus too much on other people's expectations that you put on your shoulder, and you want to live up to those expectations from friends, families, or different audience, or you don't know. It's all in your head. Those expectations. And during that break last year, I realized I let all those expectations go because I think I did my absolute best before the break. And I was very content with what I did, my work. And I just felt happy and content. And then I let all those expectations go. And yeah, I had a really good time. Actually, that was after the Reborn film. I think I had a really satisfying experience in acting. And I feel like I deserve a break.
I think that's really important in terms of how we reframe situations. So what I'm hearing is that in the past, if you had a break, you would have your mind would be
Anxiety.
worried. The stories in your mind would be, what does this mean? Does this mean I'm never going to work again? But when this happened, because of maybe the intense roles, and it sounds like you reframed that into, you know what? No, I deserve this.
Yeah, this perspective
Right.
changed.
What do you think is it because of you just more mature, or was it
Maybe
somebody-
surround with good people,
Right.
Surround yourself with right kind of people that gives you the feeling of contentment,
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do
felt
think
very
that
content.
Hong Kong, just in particular, I think many places people tend to feel that if you're busy, that means you're successful.
Yeah.
And so if you're busy and constantly doing something, it must mean you're doing well. But actually that, as we all know, that goes into burnout, that creates more anxiety. But in
Yes.
fact, if we give ourselves permission to slow down, we can actually find a lot more answers for ourselves that we feel like we have to be chased. We don't have to chase for these answers
Yes,
anymore.
and it's only when you're willing to stop and think about what you really truly want to do, and you find comfort and satisfaction in doing it, and then you won't chase too much of it because you're so content in even just one project that gave me so much satisfaction, and I realized that's what I really want to do instead of 10 more commercials.
I see.
10 more films. I don't know. Of course, I can do 10 more films, but one film that really give me the satisfaction, I can linger that feeling on, and then I can do things other than filming. I can have a life.
Right. It's almost like quality over quantity.
Yes.
Right.
Quality
work over just lots and lots and lots and lots of
yes,
different
but
kinds of work.
at the same time, you need to know what you really want to do. It's the quality of the thing that you want to do instead of keep doing things that just keep yourself very occupied and busy.
Do you feel that what you want now is very different from, say, 5 years ago?
Yeah. 5 years ago, I have a lot of things that I think that I need to achieve. Now I feel like I'm quite happy with what I have already, and
Everything else is a bonus?
yes,
I love that, yeah.
I'm very, very happy. For example, to present my film to you, to seeing all these reactions after watching the film. I'm super happy. I'm so grateful, and that's all I want. I don't think about other stuff. I don't think, oh, people might say, oh, nomination or whatever. I would not think about those things because I'm already very happy.
Because, of course, if it happens, it's great.
Yeah,
right?
it's
But
wonderful, yes,
know,
but I don't think about those things
Yes.
anymore because those are the things that really gives people or you expectations and anxiety.
So what I'm hearing is this aspect of there's a concept called unattachment. You heard you're unattached. So
Yeah.
you may want things, you have goals,
Yeah, of
but we're
course,
not
yes.
attached to it. We're not saying if I don't get that, it means I'm not successful. We're not
Yeah.
saying that at all. We're actually letting go of that and being content with what we have. But you're still moving towards goals, but you're not tying your worth or tying your value, your self-value to that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And also it's about your goal is to do things that you really want to do. If you put that as your goal, other stuff doesn't really matter. Like you already did what you want to do. And presenting the film to my friends, family, you makes me so happy already. I don't think about other goals. I already achieved my goal.
I do want to talk about that because I remember you rented a space specifically for
Yeah.
your family and friends to watch this screening of this movie that was
Yeah.
already playing in the movie theaters, but
Yes.
you created a separate screening.
Yeah.
What was the decision behind that?
I'm someone who really enjoy going to the cinema and watch a film. It's an experience I think I want to let people I care for feel when they see me on a big screen. I want to present the film to people I care the way it should be. So I don't know when will be the next time I will be on a big screen presenting my own film. So we never know what the future will be like. One day, one life. So I'll just do it. Yeah, just because I want to present my film on the big screen for you guys.
Yeah, I loved it. I love that aspect because it was really lovely to have that intimate space. It's quite a small. It's not a big, big, massive theater. It was quite an intimate theater.
Mini cinema.
I think what was interesting for me, also obviously watching you on the big screen, but I wanted to ask you when you came out at the end to talk. You
try my best.
You did not want to say anything.
Yeah, because
you were standing there with the director, I think, right?
believe or not, I really just want you guys to watch it, not to hear me say, "Oh, please thumbs up, please like and share." I understand the philosophy of needing to do those things, but for me, my drive, my motivation was purely to bring you guys in. Oh, sorry. To bring you guys in, sit there, watch the film, and bye. See you next time. Just like going to a cinema, watch a film. You don't have to tell me that you don't necessarily have to like or share or do anything for me because going there, spending your time watching the film, it's already done a thing for me. Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
really to present.
Well, I love that because it was, I think everybody there knew you.
I was forced to go there and say
And
something.
I think that's why all of us were kind of smiling because we could tell that was not something you wanted to do.
Yeah, I
That
didn't
people
know what to
forced you on.
say.
It was actually a very real moment, a very real, this is Venus, this is real life Venus, this is how she is.
Yeah.
Like you're not somebody that wants to come up and like, okay, everybody, this is me. So I'm curious, what is one thing that room was filled with people who know you and care about you and people who are close to you. But what is one thing that people who only know you from the big screen would be surprised to learn about the real you? Would you be willing to share?
I wonder if you would agree.
Okay.
I actually have a good sense of humor.
Yes, you do.
I don't think I ever played any character that is that like more humorous or funny. Yeah, right? Would you agree?
I do agree. You are, yes. And
Yeah.
you are somebody that often laughs.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you do. So when you say, what do we say? If you were to play a character, you've never played a comic
Comedy.
character?
I actually recently did one film. It's not released yet.
Okay.
I hope it makes you laugh. But in the scene, there are some funny moments, but it's not like in real life. You talk, you laugh. You can't laugh, because it's you make people laugh by you being stupid. It's, people laugh at tragics.
So do you think it's because people associate you with more emotion and that's why people would be surprised to know?
People see me in characters that cries, that are more emotional or very bright, positive, energetic, but not funny. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to say that about myself, but I think I hope you would agree.
Definitely.
Because I love making people I cared for laugh. Seeing people I like laughing, being happy, nothing brings me more joy than that.
And that's an amazing gift.
I try.
It is a gift of laughter, for the people around you to do that. All right, so now that we've spoken that, we've released it into the universe. Now you're going to come up with a sitcom, maybe be presented to you in the next round of films.
Maybe.
I want to move on to your experience of singing. I know that this past year, I guess over a year now, right? Just during that year break that you started, then you and I started working together on your singing. And I remember that you had shared with me that singing actually feels so much more vulnerable and more scary than acting.
Sweating every time.
So I'm curious as to why do you think that is?
I think when I sing, I try to do things, but in my mind I'm doing it, but my muscle is not letting me do it. So I'm trying so hard.
So that's why you're sweating?
Yeah, I'm sweating because I feel like I cannot control the muscles. And also it's because when I sing, as you know, my style, it's very hold back. That's my problem too. I'm not used to expressing myself in a more open way.
Unless you're playing a character.
Unless I'm in a character, I can be whatever. But in real life, as Venus, in my reality, I rarely talk very loudly. I don't really shout. I don't yell at people unless I'm super angry, which is rare. And yeah, even when I'm angry, I don't yell.
Quiet.
I'm like,
you simmer. You breathe deep, let the emotions get through to you.
Let it go.
You pass, it will pass.
So singing is more expressive. It's more loud. At the same time, it's quite, it's like laughing. You let yourself laugh. And it's very difficult for me, but I do enjoy it.
I think it's interesting to hear when you say that, because as somebody who has watched you perform and watched you really get into these strong emotions, but as you were saying before, you're playing a different character. Do you think that in a way singing could you bring some of that into singing, or does that feel strange to bring a character? I'm just wondering if that would be something that you would feel would work or not.
Now I know why singing it's more difficult, more vulnerable for me, because I never sing as another character. I sing as Venus. That's why it's so vulnerable, because when I act, I don't need to put myself out. Yes. It's always the character. It's blame the character. But when I sing, anything goes wrong, it's me. Yes. She sucks. You know? So maybe that's why I'm always very nervous when I sing, because I want to do well. I'm someone who always want to do my best in everything as Venus. And when I sing as Venus, I might not sing so well, and I get so nervous.
You know, what you're describing is actually it's very relatable. This is something like, as a vocal coach, I can attest to this. Yes. Right? This is even for me, even as a vocal coach, because it is something to do with the voice as you, coming out of you, right? And it is different. I'm curious. You know what would be really interesting is if you got a role as a musical theater character, that you're playing a character and you have to sing as that character.
Well, someone has to be brave enough to cast me in a singing character first. If they do, I'll be brave enough too to play it.
There you go. You just need to give yourself that permission.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe it's perspective. Okay, next time I'll try.
We're going to try that in our studio next time.
And it's also very interesting how during the process of having your lessons, I really gained so much confidence in enjoying singing, performing, and everything. It's not just learning for one performance. It's also sometimes during maybe just randomly I would have a thought pops up like, oh, I want to learn how to sing this song next time with Krystal. That's how you give me the confidence. I feel like, oh, I can sing songs that I really like and try to challenge myself a little more.
And so what have you learned about yourself through singing? Is there anything you've discovered in terms of, we've talked about it a little bit here, but I'm wondering if you can articulate it in terms of, yes, what have you, do you have something?
One thing I learned. Okay. One thing I learned.
Okay.
It's okay not to be talented.
Okay, tell me more about that. What do you mean?
Yeah,
give me some context.
It's growing up, you always feel like, oh, you need to be talented to do this, to do that.
I see.
And singing, I like it. I enjoy it. But I was never really talented. I'm okay. I'm not note deaf, like
tone deaf.
Tone deaf. Yes. I'm not, right?
Most people are not. I've never encountered anybody that actually was tone deaf.
You gave me enough confidence to enjoy it. So I realized it's okay not to be really talented. And as long as you enjoy it, why not keep doing it and be happy? Yeah.
I think that's so important that you say that, because a lot of people feel like they have to be born talented to even try. Yeah. Right? If I need to have these skills, or I need to be good enough to even give myself that permission to try. But actually, if there's a desire to do it, right? If there's a desire to do it, there's a way to do it. You just have to almost suspend your disbelief and not worry about the outcome too much, and just take those steps forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why they need you.
Oh,
we need you. Because acting as well. It's because I like to give sometimes from time to time I would give advices to some new actors, and I do enjoy it, because seeing them maybe have no clue of doing anything, and then suddenly they became this superstar who can own the scene. It's very, very nice feeling. Actually, everyone can do it. You don't have to be really born with, like, you can sing when you're 3 years old. You don't need to do that. You can start anywhere, anytime.
And I think it just ties back to what we were talking about before, about the importance of self-expression, right? Acting, you've talked about some parts about acting that are so valuable, I think, to just regular everyday people who are not thinking to be in acting careers, but they can express that version of themselves, give themselves that permission to explore that part of themselves and perhaps learn something about themselves. I think singing is exactly the same way too. Through singing in different songs, we're exploring different ways of expressing through our voice, essentially, and giving ourselves that permission to not hold back.
Exactly.
Right? And to maybe be a little bit louder and see what comes out and what you learn about ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm curious. You've been in this industry for many years, since you were 16.
Very long.
Right? Well, you look like you're 20, so we're good, right? Not that long, right now. So does the feeling of self-doubt ever still show up for you when it comes to acting?
Definitely, yes.
So how, in what way? What context does it show up now?
For example, if I came across a character I feel like might not be a good fit, I would doubt myself if I can do it. But if a producer or director is brave enough to cast me, as I always say, I'll try my best. But I think self-doubt is a very constant thing for everyone, I believe. It's more about how much you let it affect you, and also which direction you allowed it to affect you, in a good way or a bad way. In a bad way, you have so much doubt you cannot do it anymore. You want to give up, basically. Or you doubt yourself, and then you find out why you think you cannot do it and improve yourself and become a better version of yourself. So I'm a person of reflection. I do reflect a lot on things I say, things I do, conversation with my friends, with my family, everything. My work, my scenes, how I do it. My singing, I try to not reflect too much. I'll just send to you and let you do the job.
So
That is so true.
That's interesting. We should talk about that. But no, but you're saying that you reflect in terms of what are you thinking about? Is it are you reflecting?
Can I do better?
Okay, you're thinking about, did I say that right, or should I not have said that?
Yes.
So you're reflecting and processing. So is that how? Does that help you with self-doubt, or how does that relate to self-doubt?
My self-doubt is always, am I good enough? It's always my self-doubt. For, am I good enough? Do I deserve the things that I have? Do I deserve our friendship? Do I deserve your love? Do I deserve the care? Too much pressure maybe. But I do that. I have a lot of these kind of doubts for myself. But at the end of the day, I let it become a motivation to do better for aspects and things I care. Instead of just, I doubt myself so much that I lost the confidence in doing things.
How did you learn to do that? I think a lot of people get stuck in self-doubt.
Just don't give up. Because if you doubt yourself too much, you want to give up. And switch to a direction where you tell yourself you don't give up, and let it be a good motivation for you to change. It's okay to change. When you doubt yourself, it means you think you can either be different or not do that. Then means you want improvements. Means you can be better.
So it's like you're reframing, again, going back to that reframing and choosing to look at self-doubt in a different way. You mentioned just now that if you get stuck in self-doubt, that's actually when you're going to want to quit. Have you ever been very close to quitting?
Yeah. Always. Before actually. Before that year break.
Yes. Okay.
Actually. I was actually before COVID. I would say I wasn't working so much, as much.
As much as you'd want to?
As much as I want to. Or as much as I want to. I felt like I'm not good fit for being an actor. I'm not good enough. I'm not being cast in roles. I get rejected. I go auditions and did not succeed. I'm not earning as much money as I need to, want to, all that kind of things makes me doubt, did I choose a wrong path? Is this a wrong decision? Am I too unrealistic? Maybe I should do something else, something that people around me think I'm better at.
Did you have an idea of what that might have been?
Yes, I was planning to quit acting and become a chef.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, actually, I had it all planned out.
Really? Oh, you're so close that you even had it all mapped out exactly this new trajectory of life and what that would look like?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
What kind of chef? Just curious.
My own restaurant, where a small, more like a private chef.
Okay, like a private kitchen.
Private kitchen with maybe
I did not know that
maybe
you
10
you cook.
sittings. I cook.
Because it never came up in conversation.
Yes. Not yet.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I cook. And because maybe during those years, I did not work so much. I have more time to cook for my friends. And everyone around me really enjoy my cooking and have so much good times. And I thought my value would be more in cooking than acting to provide happiness for everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then I got my job opportunity. I got it back into acting.
So then,
Yeah.
looking back, do you think that there was a lesson there for you? I mean, I feel like in oftentimes we are often life presents us with options. Would you say
Yeah.
that you're going through life and suddenly an opportunity comes up where you have self-doubt and you're questioning yourself and maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I should just go back to this path or try something different because this is not working out. But then in that moment, you could have the job opportunity came, you could have said, actually, chef, this is my calling. You could have said that, but you chose not to. You actually went this way. So would you say that this became, in that lesson, it taught you that this became more of your true calling? What would you say with that?
I'd say that taught me cooking was my hobby. I'm actually talented in cooking.
No doubt.
And everyone enjoyed very much. And I had some kind of satisfaction from doing it. And I feel like I can have a career being a chef. But being an actor acting is my passion, which beyond all those kind of things, beyond expectations. Because my enjoyment from this passionate dream is so much more than just being successful in life.
I see.
It's what I really want to do, even though I might not became successful in this acting career. I still enjoy it the most. The second I have a have a role, I just bye, chef.
That's it. I'm not doing it. But do you feel that though, in some ways, that makes you more convicted? Because if you had that option, in some ways, I think that happens, right? We have this option, and then we realize it's only because we had that moment of choice that we realize, actually, you know what? I am very, very much passionate about this choice.
Yeah.
And almost, did you feel like it made you even more sure that this was the path?
It did. It's when you went through a more difficult situation that you still did not give up and still choose the harder path. I wouldn't say chef is an easier path, but I think acting, it's too difficult to craft the path. You know.
Yes, there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of
things that might affect the outcome, or your job opportunity might never come up. It's a lot of waiting time. It's never sure. It's very you can live in anxiety all the time. A lot of actors would be really anxious about not being working, but at the same
time, do
time,
you see that a lot happening behind the scenes?
Yeah. All of us, because we're like very passive. We're always waiting. We're always waiting for an opportunity and waiting for a good opportunity, especially. So that is very difficult for all the actors, not just me. Every actor needs to wait. So singing is very different, because singing you can be more active. You can
Proactive?
Proactive.
Yes.
You can just go to the producer. You can make your own music. You can write your own songs. You can create. You can produce. But for actors, you can't just go there and have a whole film set ready for you. You cannot.
Yes.
So it's a very different scenario. Yeah.
I think what I'm also thinking about is what you said about that's how you know you love it, is that in spite of the insecurities, in spite of all of these things, that you don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
And you're willing to follow it through because you're passionate about it. Do you feel like you're currently living your true calling, or is there something more that you actually want to explore?
I think I am. Currently, I'm very content, very happy with where I am and where I'm heading. I feel like I did some nice work that people enjoy, that I brought to the audience, that I feel I'm proud of, and I look forward to the coming projects. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the music as well. That
tell me
part,
about that.
it's something new for me.
Is that something we can talk about? Like,
Yeah.
So do you have?
I just did one song that is like an original song of how do I say this? Original song for myself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And
What was that process like for you?
long, very long, because it's the first time. It's first time, and I'm not sure how to. Next time I know how to speed up the process, because there's a lot of, I want to involve in a lot of the creative work process, and the recording was very nerve wracking. But at the same time, it was very enjoyable.
Do you feel like this is the first time that you're actually actively expressing you?
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? That you've spent your whole life expressing not you,
Yeah.
right? But now in singing, you're expressing you. And so where do you feel like this, if you could make, you could choose, where would you like this to go? Is this something that you want to continue exploring, or as a side project, or maybe more mainstream? What are your thoughts on this?
I think I'm just letting nature take its course. I enjoy the whole process of making a piece of music that I like, present to audience. But at the same time, I know it's something that I cannot force, because I'm not a full-time singer. I'm also working on projects, films, dramas. If I have the time, I do like to have a few more songs of my own. This process is actually quite. I'm actually quite timid to show people what it's like.
Yeah. Why?
I'm not sure if it's something that people might expect. Yeah. So it's very, very personal, I feel like.
And what does it mean to you? What is the meaning behind it for you? This song in particular.
I feel more this song the vibe, it's also very me, quite chill, laid back, vibey, dreamy. It's like a dreamy pop. But for the lyrics, it's actually very meaningful. Yeah, the lyrics is about we keep learning how to be ourselves. But
How appropriate to our conversation, actually. Okay.
and
How relevant. Okay.
and what's your true calling is. And just when you realize your true calling, you just keep doing it. Don't need to force yourself to be something else. And we are all learning, and it's never a stop. There's never an ending to learning about yourself. And you keep growing and evolving. Yeah, just just something about that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that that is so interestingly tied to our entire conversation today.
Yeah.
Is there any other, in terms of the message that you want to bring in your music, what do you hope your music will bring to your audiences? What do you hope, or I should ask, how do you hope your audiences will receive your music?
I like things that are more healing and inspire you to think a little more, to reflect on how you can be better to yourself. So I hope this song will make people not say heal people, but feel better about themselves. Just be yourself.
You know, one thing that I keep thinking about now as you're talking about this is that the song is kind of like cooking. Isn't it? For some reason, I'm thinking of you, even in acting, it's the way that you've just talked about it. Now I can see why cooking is also something that's very related. You're creating things to nourish other people. You're expressing yourself through your food that almost nourishes other people, and hopefully they receive it and enjoy it.
I enjoy it because I realized it makes my world better by seeing people around me better. Yeah, because I live in a world surrounded by people I care. And if they're better, my world is better. Yeah. So if more people can listen to the song and feel better, then the world is a little better.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
just spreading more good energy and vibes. Yes.
Well, I love that, Venus. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing so openly and sharing your stories and your experiences. I do have a couple of closing questions for you today.
Okay.
One is that if you could be the inner voice of wisdom for your younger self, the one who's just 16, just about to start this career, what would you want her to know?
Don't worry. Yeah, you will be fine. You're not at your prime yet.
The best is yet to come.
Yeah, the best is yet to come because you're not at your prime yet, and you just keep learning.
And one more last question is, what does living authentically mean to you?
Authenticity means if tomorrow you don't wake up and you do the best you can and the thing that you really want to do today. One day, one life.
I see.
Yeah.
Live each day like it's the last.
Yes.
Be in the moment.
Yeah, enjoy the present. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your presence with us today
Yes,
and sharing this moment with me and with all of us here watching. And I so appreciate you and your energy. And I've always felt that every time you walk into our coaching sessions that you're one of the most authentic people that I've ever met. and you just bring yourself as you are every single time. And this is something that I really admire about you and appreciate about you, especially now that I've seen you on screen and I can see, wow, that's what she can do. I know, I'm like, wow, that's Venus, you know?
That's why I really need to bring you to the cinemas.
Yes.
I need to let you know what I really do instead of that untalented.
I never thought that you were untalented at all.
Anyways,
but,
joking.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. And yeah, I wish you all the best in the upcoming projects. I know the song is going to be coming out soon.
Yes.
And you have a new movie coming out. Is there something that that we can be excited about?
And then
When
a
is
new
that coming out?
drama. I think the drama will release. The new one, Queen of News, will release in November.
Okay.
Very soon.
What are you excited about for that movie?
Because it's a series. The season 1 was very successful, and a lot of fans are waiting. So I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to watching it. And I hope I do really like the season 2's scripts, the storyline. I think it's better than the first season. So I hope people like it.
Okay, wonderful. How can people continue to keep up with your news? What's the best way?
My news.
You continue to, or you don't want people to maybe follow you on Instagram, or
Just follow me on Instagram.
Okay. I'm sure that people will want to know when your song comes out.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It will be on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Krystal will tell people.
All right. It'll be on my Instagram.
You know how I cringe so much when I have to promote myself. It's just, I don't
care. Don't worry. It'll be on my Instagram. You can follow me. I will promote on behalf of Venus.
Yes, please. Thank you. Please share. Okay. But not on my Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much, Venus,
Thank
for
you,
your
Krystal.
time. All right.
Yeah,
take
enjoy.
care.
Thank you.